Hi, and welcome to Nostalgia Alley. We have a blockbuster show. We have Art Christensen, who is one of the major movers and shakers of Maplewood. He's been around a long time, has involved in a lot of things. And we have Allison Cole, who is a collector, entrepreneur, has a consignment store, and Art is in many different things. He has La Saison, he's in the repo auto business, and he has a new venture everybody is talking about. There's a lot of excitement on Elmwood Avenue. Art, what are you doing to cause all this excitement?
Well, actually it's about, I'm trying to verify the fact that we get old too soon and smart too late.
That's true.
So I saw a need on the corner. Actually, when I was a kid, I used to be a soda jerk at the Elmwood Sweet Shop. That was when Seth Boyden,
right.
And
what year is
Maplewood
this
Junior
about?
High School. Well,
I don't want to put you on the spot, but
well, I graduated Columbia High School.
Right.
That
So you're at home here in the studio.
I feel very much at home. As I just said a few minutes ago, the last time I was here was running against Fred Perfetta and Ian Grodman for Township Committee. It was a long time ago. But I saw that there was a need down there, and the 4 stores were vacant. David Heffernan was in the process a year long of trying to get his little cafe open. And I dropped in one day, and the landlord was there, and she asked me if I'd like to rent one of the stores, and I said, I'd like to control them all. So I made her a deal she couldn't refuse. I rented all 3.
Wow.
At that time, I had a florist staying at the bed and breakfast in a short-term stay, and he was interested in getting involved again. He was from Boston and opening up a flower shop. So unfortunately, I didn't vet him too good. I also had a friend, Allison Coles,
right,
who had at one time stayed at the B&B for a short time and moved down around the corner, and I know she always had an interest in business and doing something. And I figured I'd reopen the convenience store. So it didn't work out quite the way I'd wanted, and I had to get rid of the florist, and I never could put the convenience store
You said
together.
get rid of the florist. It's not like a Godfather thing, because you said it was an offer you couldn't refuse. You did it quietly.
Well, if you think about it, if you're a business person and you're in real estate and you have 4 stores that aren't open and you have an investment there and you want to be collecting rents, and given she had several false starts, some people that came in were not really doing what they said they were doing. I think there was a drug situation at one point down there. And renting 3 of the stores at one time and having the other one about to open,
That's a lot on your plate.
I could make a good deal. I didn't have to call Trump or anything for advice.
Wow.
I just
It was a good thing
did
you
it on
didn't.
my own. Yeah. So anyway, the flower shop is really coming along nicely. And I had a couple false starts and things that we're trying and experimenting with the other store. Alice opened up right away and stabilized, and it took a little bit until the beginning of this year before we could get our solid footing as far as the florist. And then at the end of the summer, I came up with this idea about opening up an ice cream parlor. It just seemed like the perfect match. So along came Dippy Sippy.
How'd you get that name, Dippy Sippy? I love that name.
Well, there was an event going on in town, and one of the ladies on the board in South Orange had said, yeah, if you're going to open up an ice cream parlor, I always wanted to call it something like scoops and soups, because I figured in the winter months we do soups. But when I started researching, there was a scoop and soup on Springfield Avenue, and I tried to figure what else goes with scoops, and a lot of places use that scoop thing, and we're dipping ice cream, and I knew I was going to get the best ice cream I could get, and sipping sodas and whatnot, so I Googled it, and I couldn't find anything dippy sippy, so Dippy Sippy was born.
Now, you know what intrigues me about your ice cream place? You walk in front, and there's a set of drums in the window. What's that all about?
Well, a number of years ago, when my wife, Libby, at the Chelsea said, we were unhappy with the landlord on Baker Street. And I found a deal at the train station with Valley National Bank, and rented that, but did not want to leave her beauty salon that she had been with over 20 years vacant, because another salon would come in, and we already have Garuba's and Chelsea. We didn't need another hair salon. So singing in the Men's Glee Club, which I'm singing again, we have a concert coming up, so save the date, 15th of December.
Okay.
A guy in there, Art Gartenlaub, who recently passed away. But him and his wife, incredible musicians, been around a long time. Willie, an incredible singer. So they always wanted to open up a business, same kind of situation that happened down here. So we opened up a place called Here's to the Arts. Art Christensen.
I like the name.
And Art Gartenlaub. And I was able to put together a deal with Art because I have enough of businesses, and my exit strategy after about 1.5 years of Here's to the Arts, of entertainment, open mics 7 nights a week. This gentleman in town had a liquor license. Bradley Tachahashi, I think is his name. And I contacted him, and he had bought the license, thought he could make it a pocket license. As it turned out, he couldn't, so I made a deal to bring it to Here's to the Arts, and I got out. But that was the reason that we have the instruments at Dippy Sippy. The community really needed a place to go out, and it was extremely satisfying to see the neighbors coming from Orchard Road and Elmwood Avenue, and from Avalon, the new buildings in there, and Maplewood. I mean, they were coming with their kids and families and bringing their neighbors. A couple times in the summer that they were lined up out the door for ice cream. Now we're into a new season, and I got to recreate this model, and I've come up with something that Baskin-Robbins and Dunkin' Donuts, I figured they're a couple smart guys, ice cream and donuts.
Sure are, yeah.
So I'm looking to open up and expand Dippy Sippy to be the ice cream end and Dippy Donuts.
I like it.
And I'm looking for a baker, so it's going to be Dippy Donuts and Dippy Sippy at the Maplewood Emporium, which is all 3. Allison's store, which is
we're going to talk about Allison's store
coming
shortly.
up, and Maplewood Flowers, and
you're like a ringmaster. You have all these things going on around you, like it's a 3-ring circus kind of thing.
And at my age, they're up for sale. Anyone interested? Put my number on the screen right there. Okay.
Now, with your ice cream thing, I understand you're going to be open mic nights. You're going to have comedy nights. You're going to have a lot of things going on.
Monday's poetry. Tuesdays for kids. Wednesday is I think we settled on comedy. Thursday is jazz.
Wow.
Friday is karaoke. And Saturdays for any of the local bands that want to come in. And we're also able to book parties, nice kids parties where we can do ice cream cakes and things of that type, or hot dogs. We also have hot dogs there, or peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and have nice kids' birthday parties. We can pack in 35, 40 people. kids and
Wow.
families. So it's a destination for the community. There hasn't been one. Folks up here in the village, Maplewood Village, they have the stores, they have a place to walk to. Now we have one down there. As far as the True Salvage Cafe, David's doing a very nice job. It's a very needed
Sure
location,
is, yeah.
right at the bus stop there, the jitney stop. So between the 4 stores, we're working. It's a working process, like any business.
Yeah, keeps you busy, right? Keeps you out of trouble.
Well, I don't know about that, but it does keep me busy with my involvement with Rotary, and this won't go out before Christmas. I'm doing Santa Claus, Libby and I, at the Woodland,
Terrific. Wow.
for about 600 kids that are coming in,
Wow.
December 1st. So, but they won't recognize me as Santa Claus.
I think that's fabulous.
Yeah.
What's your biggest challenge doing all this? You know, it must be pretty difficult to come in and run all these businesses.
Finding time to get away.
Yeah.
This year coming, I'm going to be 80 years old. And
Wow. You look terrific. What's your
it's-
secret? You look great. You look like you're about 60.
Thank you.
What do you know that I don't know? That's what I want to know.
Well, it's basically it's leading a good life. No smoking, occasional little wine,
Well, I would hope so.
no drinking. I gave up fast women years ago.
Did you?
So all that stuff is behind me. Now it's just,
Well, Libby keeps you in line, right?
oh yeah, oh yeah. I used to be Art Christensen in Maplewood Village. Now I'm Libby's husband.
Well, people don't know Libby. She was a hairdresser, Connie Francis's hairdresser.
Yeah, for
She's still practicing in
25
Maplewood.
years.
Does a fabulous job. In fact, did my hair recently. That's why I look 20 years younger. And she's an inspiration, I'll tell you. Made a
Yeah, she
movie.
is.
Your wife actually made a movie, Loose
Yeah.
Ends.
I think you did a show with her.
We did a show. I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, she's an amazing woman, and nonstop.
How many
Just
years
keeps
you guys been married?
going. I think it's about, well, it's 22 exactly.
22
We've been
years.
together about 25, 26 years. Yep.
What's the secret of a good marriage? You have everything. You have business covered.
Get
What's
the
the
first 2 out of the way, and then
Right.
third time is a charm.
Third time is a charm.
Third time is a charm. I'm living proof, and took me a while, but I got it right this time.
That's terrific. Oh, she's terrific.
Yeah.
Well, exciting, because I remember Elmwood Avenue was being very desolate, and there wasn't anything going on. I think there was some drugs going on. And you're a savior to come in. You've rescued Elmwood Avenue. It's
Well-
now a fabulous point of, entertainment, ice cream,
little bit of everything.
True Salvage Cafe. Allison has her wonderful consignment shop, which we're going to talk about. So we're going to break for a public service now, so we can always get up. We can get up now and stretch,
Okay.
okay? And we're going to be back to find out more about Allison and what she's doing. She started a business, which is pretty terrific. We went in there recently, and it's just filled with wonderful things that you won't
Thank
find
you very
anywhere
much.
else. It's like going down memory lane, and a lot of fabulous fashion accessories, which I'm very much into, the fashion accessories. So
of course.
we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. So don't touch that dial.
It's an onion.
Welcome back, and we have next to Art, Allison Coles,
Hi, how are
who
you?
is a member of this great emporium that Art had started, and you have a consignment
So it's
shop.
not a consignment store. You've been
It's
saying
not a
that.
consignment.
I would like to correct you. It's not
Okay.
consignment. So it basically is art and antiques, and we do now do gift baskets with the antiques with CBD products. So it's literally to blend in with art, because I am under the Maplewood Emporium
Yes.
umbrella. My store was based on the fact that they were providing the flowers, and there was going to be a convenience store or another store that would bring people in. And with the flower store, we started merging the flower store with jewelry from my store. So if you called in for a holiday, or you were a gentleman that came in and wanted to get flowers, you could also walk through my doors and get a piece of jewelry that would be an addition and would outlast the flowers. So
I would hope so, yes.
Right. So yes. So I'm more into joining with the flowers in a gift basket that would be delivered. And my new branch is doing antiques that also encompass making you feel better, like CBD products. So we don't do consignment yet. We literally, all of the items in the store are either from estate sales that I've I've run, or they're from my own collection. And I'm sure your next
Cole's
question.
collection of jewelry.
Right, and I'm sure your next.
You're giving Tiffany a run for their money here with the Cole's collection?
I do have a lot of jewelry, but I have it for all price ranges. And in our area, it's very eclectic. And that's kind of what I liked about it was I have junk jewelry, fun jewelry that you wear, and it's from $3 to $5. And then I do have very unique antique pieces from estate sales that run hundreds of dollars. And if I find that right person, I will actually bring in higher end goods. I right now have top of the line sneakers because this area wants designer products. So I have designer products.
You have designer sneakers now?
I do have designer sneakers. I also have in the back antique button-down shirts from the 70s that are original from the 70s. So if there's
Remember the Arrow shirts years ago? They used to have a stay in the collar to keep it straight,
absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
We're showing our age. This is not good.
No, listen, it's back in style. So I am hoping that the diversity of the area is bringing in people from Hoboken and Brooklyn who want to walk with their families and want to check out something interesting. And if you want to give your husband or your wife an interesting gift, yeah, definitely my store is the place to go because it's one of a kind. If you buy something in my store, you're not going to find it anywhere else. And
I like
it's something
it. It's not an Amazon kind of thing. It's very unique. It's not the cookie cutter that you find a lot of today, which is
correct.
Not great.
I definitely, if a gentleman comes in, I will definitely match him with something very unique for his wife that he would be proud of giving her that literally will not be anywhere else.
I never buy jewelry for my wife. I'll say, honey, do you like this? Nah. You like? Nah. So now we go shopping together because I've learned, right, Art? We know.
Well, I got lucky in Allison's store, and Libby wears clip-on earrings.
Yes, I remember.
And
there are a lot of women.
Scored.
Right, there are a lot of
I
women.
don't personally remember clip-ons,
Right.
but
I
I've heard of them.
3 of them.
Right,
So
So
it's
yes.
nice, really unusual gifts.
Right,
It's
and,
terrific.
and the other thing I do is I work with clients who show me their Facebook page. If they have children who they don't know what to get them, I ask them to just bring up their Facebook pages, and I can look very easily through a daughter's Facebook or a son's Facebook and figure out what their style is and what they would like. And I don't think I've gotten many complaints so far, so I definitely am in that world, only because I've worked with antiques and I got that skill from elders that are local. I'm from Short Hills, New Jersey, and I went to Milburn High School, so I am local. I moved away for a very long time, but now I'm back. And my father ran an antique store called the Old Bonnell House.
Ah, that's where it comes from.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And even when I was in New York working on magazines, one of my local childhood friends, her parents called me up and said, could you help? We have a neighbor who had a large fashion collection of clothes, and could you help sort of sort them out and find dealers to buy them? And that was my first experience coming back to this area. And I went back to Short Hills, and that's where I reconnected with someone I used to go to estate sales of, which was Gail Engelshorn, and she did e-sales from her mom. So her mom worked with my dad, and they had a partnership of he would buy goods from her estate sales, and then I started learning how to do estate sales again from Gail
That's
Engelshorn.
an art, right?
Yes,
Estate
and-
sales, right? It is
right,
really an
right.
art. No, there we
Right.
go. It's an art.
Yeah.
It
so-
definitely is an
per-
art.
Now let me ask you something.
Sure.
What's hot right now in antiques or jewelry? Is there a hot? Because you think antiques go through phases.
Oh, sure.
What are people looking for? What
Sure.
are the hot items?
Well, I would say right now, Bakelite's always been in,
Love
but
Bakelite.
Bakelite is really a fun item, and it's really
Tell
cool.
tell people what Bakelite is if they don't know.
So Bakelite it actually looks like plastic, and so a lot of people are fooled thinking that it's a plastic, it's an opaque, it's a fun thing, and it comes in pins and jewelry, and I don't want to ruin the surprise, so you're gonna have to come into the store
Okay.
and see it. You definitely have to come in and experience it. And that's the other thing is I love people coming into the store and asking about, is this real? Is this diamonds, or is this, what kind of thing is this? Or Bakelite, what kind of product is this? And I love teaching people the difference between things. I have sunglasses that are Bakelite, so very, very expensive, or I have $5 items that are
What I like about Bakelite changes color.
absolutely.
People don't realize that. I used to collect antique radios, and the Bakelite radios are originally like white, and then they turn like a yellow. Mm-hmm. It has a life of its own, Bakelite.
Sure,
It's always
sure.
changing, which is exciting.
Right. And I have other really cool products. Like milk glass is something that you think of as being, okay, the milk glass was for roosters. You could get these little roosters
Oh, I remember the roosters. Yeah.
that are made out of milk
Yeah.
glass. But it emerged into a really cool medium where I now have 4-leaf clovers, and I have horseshoes that are out of milk glass. So I have unique pieces that, like I said, you're never going to find anywhere else. Because I do have that sense of humor about what I put in the store. And I have a whole new art collection that just went up. So people should come by and see all the new art I have, because art's a really great thing. So it's almost,
A couple of
besides
Rembrandts
that.
and Van Goghs in the back room.
No, not so much. I want to make things accessible and fun for the people who are my neighbors, and keeping it open. And I do have a poetry group that goes there. So, and a podcast group. So those are the two I have right now. But I'm letting art take over, I guess, the entertainment part. And but you will definitely find me there after hours with a glass of wine.
See, it has its benefits. After work, you can go to art.
Oh,
Well, I
absolutely.
don't have any Bakelite. I
No, I'm
stuck
talking
with
about you can go
flashlights.
for the ice cream, or you can go to David's for coffee. I mean,
I
it's
think
an
he missed
event, right?
I think you missed that, but yes, yeah.
It's an event, right?
Yes.
Yes, right. And I am definitely interested in input from the community. I just interviewed someone who wants to work there, and she's, in the teenage range. So I'd love to have other teenagers, love to have teenagers from this high school coming in and helping me with windows and learning about the art of making things that were old new again. And for me, I
Well,
love
give me an
preserving.
example. What does that mean?
So things from estate sales that I have that really are falling apart can be remade into new. I have chairs all the
You
time.
remade me into new? Can you do that?
I bring art into the new world all the time. Okay, right. So I bring life into it, I'm sure I can.
Speaking of neighborhoods,
Yes.
every month this past year, we've had the Borden Park Neighborhood Association meeting at the Emporium and/or David's store.
Mhm.
And again, that sense of community is amazing, that they are supporting this. It's almost being named as the Elmwood Avenue Arts District. Not me, but arts in general, because David is also an excellent
An
artist.
excellent artist, yes.
He's an amazing artist. And again, one other thing we should make clear, the Maplewood Emporium is the 3 stores, and they all open up. So once you're inside the Maplewood Emporium, you can go from the flower shop to the
Oh,
ice
that's
cream
terrific.
parlor to Allison's Space, and it's just all open, all together.
That's wonderful. It really is.
Kind of like Macy's in New York, only a little smaller.
I hate large department stores. I'm not a shopper.
Right.
You know, my wife goes, let's go to the mall. I'll be 20 minutes. And then it's like 2.5 hours later, well, I got invited,
Right.
So
Well,
I like the
nice thing is you
smaller
could sip
shops,
coffee.
the
I mean,
intimacy.
you could go to his store and sip coffee and have ice cream while she's shopping in my store.
Oh, good.
So
There's hope.
it is a really
Or
nice
a
merger.
dippy donut.
Or a dippy donut. I'm excited about the donuts.
Oh, the dippy donut. One of the catches that's going to bring them in is it's a dippy donut and a cup of coffee for 99 cents.
Really?
Oh,
we're,
yeah.
we're going back to pre-war prices.
Oh, yeah. 99 cents.
I'll be leaving now, David. For the
Oh, yeah.
donut. That's great. That's really terrific.
It's good because
exciting.
you're going to need more than 99 cents in my store for sure.
No. Oh, in your store, yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes.
$1.99.
Right, yeah, save your money for the store, the art and antique store.
Now, real quick, Allison, you got involved in this because you were sort of a garage or estate sale person. Because it gets into your blood. It's very addictive, right?
It's very
And that
addictive.
led you into what you're doing now.
Right, I had a very corporate career and I got hurt, and so I was on workers' compensation for a very long time and knew that I couldn't go back to the corporate world. And yes, as a child with my dad, I definitely went to a lot of estate sales in this area, right? And every time we went away, we'd go to antique stores and we would do collections that were very specific. And my mom's collection was cranberry glass. My collection was skunks. I was an unusual child, so I collected
Skunks?
Right? Little figurines of skunks. It was because it was hard to find.
Unusual, to say the
Well,
least.
right. We were going every weekend to
Right.
like a sale, so I couldn't collect anything that was big, and I couldn't collect anything that I could find at every
Right.
sale. So it had to be something unusual.
So, Art,
Oh,
do you collect anything? You have a hobby, or what? What do you do in your spare time, other than go on oxygen?
There is no spare time for him. I do
Is there
not,
spare time for
do
Art?
not think.
There's not spare time. As a matter of fact, I'm leaving here and finishing up on some flower deliveries. I think I have the Guinness Book of Records as the oldest flower delivery boy, at least in New Jersey. But I don't know. It's Libby and I are ready. It's we have collectively 11 grandchildren and 7 children.
Wow.
So in this hopefully near future, we're going to take a little more time away.
Good.
I'll never
good.
retire.
Good.
That's out of the question. There's too many.
But you enjoy what you're doing. I can,
Oh, I
and you
love
and you too, Allison. You have that fire, that excitement. And I think that keeps you young. Because if you love what you're doing, you're never really working.
Well, he's the idea man for sure.
I mean, you're
he comes up with an
definitely-
idea
it's
every
amazing.
time, right? You come up with ideas.
Well, one of the best decisions I made a few decades ago was Rotary.
Rotary, yes.
Yeah, I'd like to give a plug for Rotary.
Give a
I'll
plug.
tell you.
Give a plug.
Rotary.
We have 49 seconds. Tell us a little bit about Rotary, real
it's
quick.
about service above self. It's about doing good things in your community and the world.
Wow.
And matter of fact, on the 5th of December, we have a meeting in our district of 85 clubs with over 2,000 members. We're meeting at the Mayfair Farms at 6:30.
Sure.
So I don't know when this is going to be filmed, but
Yeah.
again, anyone watching this and you're thinking about giving back to your community, Maplewood Rotary. I was the president of Newark Rotary. I'm squarely in Newark Rotary, but
Okay.
that's something they need
Good
to
message.
think about.
We got to end this. It's been great having you guys.
Well,
It's
thank
an
you.
exciting
Thank you very much for having us. Yeah.
Thanks for the
Much
opportunity.
needed on Elmwood Avenue in Maplewood. It's a real treat. And this is Mike Sobel saying good night to you, and especially to you.